Monday Night Raw review. Let's do it. The show starts off in a shocking way, I guess you could say, because it was different. My boy, y'all already know. I've been telling you forever. Roman Reigns comes out, Mondo pop. You know what Mondo means? It means really big, huge. He comes out and he's like, I think he addressed the question because I was saying, okay, so he had to go through all this ridiculous stuff to get into that battle royal to try to get into Money in the Bank, but then Triple H puts him in the Fatal 4-Way match, but he says he thinks that Triple H put him in there because he can, cancel out Cena, which he can, and that Kane can cancel out him, which he can't, and then that will leave Randy Orton to win the title. And the crowd starts chanting, Cena sucks, and Roman Reigns, being the G he is, just rolls with it, sits there and says, "You're damn right Cena sucks," when Roman Reigns is in the building. And I said, it's my dude. It's my dude right there. He ends up getting interrupted by Kane. He calls Kane Triple H's lapdog and Randy Orton's bitch, and then they go at it. They brawl. A brawl to start off Monday Night Raw. They go, out in the crowd everywhere. Refs try and break it up. They finally separate them for a while. You got officials coming out. You got Jamie Noble out there. He gets thrown aside by Roman Reigns. Finley's out there. He catches a spear from Roman Reigns. Superman punch to Kane. They finally split off. I really, like I said, it was different. I really liked this. It started off the Raw. The crowd was really into it. Good stuff for me. The first match, the Usos versus the Wyatts. I really liked their match at Money in the Bank. They had it again. The Wyatts win this time. Huge clothesline to win this one. It was a good match, not as good as the Money in the Bank one, but that was pay-per-view. It shouldn't have been as good as that one, in theory. Or you couldn't expect it to be, I mean. Yeah, it was a good match. Looks like the Wyatts are going to get another shot at some point since they beat him tonight clean, so we'll have to see. And then you go backstage and you got Randy Orton telling Kane, "Hey, man, I thought you had it. If Roman Reigns would have done one more thing to you, I'd have been out there. I'd have had you back." And then Seth Rollins runs in there and he's like, "Hey, I just want you guys to know if either of you win the Fatal 4-Way, I'll think twice before I cash this in." And Orton talks about how he's really starting to hate Seth Rollins, and Kane's talking about how he's starting to really hate Randy Orton, and that's just all it was. The Authority's little buddies backstage talking some nonsense. Then we got Nikki Bella versus Alicia Fox, and they said that they had to have one arm behind one arm. Oh my lord! See, you don't do videos as often, and you can't talk all of a sudden. Let me attempt to relearn the English language here in front of you all. They have to have one arm tied behind their back. So Nikki gets hers going. Alicia does, but then she just doesn't anymore, and Alicia goes nuts and beats her up for a while. She starts pouring Red Bull and drinking it and freaking out at the fans, and that was basically the segment. So, yeah. Then you got Rusev versus RVD. Go Rusev in this situation. I don't like RVD. I really don't like RVD. He submits to the Accolade. Good job. I'll give Russia this one tonight. It was announced on SmackDown. Roman Reigns versus Rusev. Tune in for that. Was the 1 hour main event? I think it was the 1 hour main event. Randy Orton, still my boy, versus Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose still taped up from Money in the Bank, his shoulder injury, and prior to it, it was I think it was this week's the last SmackDown. This match also happened. It's Randy Orton and Dean Ambrose. It's a good match. At one point Dean Ambrose starts throwing chairs into the ring. He throws like 5 chairs in the ring. He starts going crazy. Orton hits a DDT on the floor. Gets to a count of 9, about to get counted out. Dean runs back in there. Randy Orton catches him with an RKO because he's the man. And he gets the win on Dean Ambrose. 1, 2, 3. Attaboy, Randall Keith Orton. Cena backstage talking to Renee Young. He basically says, he's the biggest target ever. And then Roman Reigns rolls up on him and wishes him luck. And Cena's like, "I don't need luck, man. That was a bold statement you made out there." Roman Reigns says, "You're going to need all the luck you can get when you face me in the Fatal 4-Way. And I said, it's my guy. Look forward to that. You got Fandango on commentary for this next match, which needs to be a thing for every match ever. It was Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler. The winner gets to face Sheamus tomorrow night on main event. Dolph looking like he was in control. This is coming off of the Summer Rae and Dolph little make-out sesh last week. It looks like Dolph's in control. Fandango's music starts hitting. He gets up on the announce table and starts getting after it. Dolph Ziggler gets distracted. Del Rio kicks him and gets the win after the distraction. So it'll be Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio for the title tomorrow on main event. Because we've never, and The Rock means never, seen Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio except for that one time where it was like 17 straight pay-per-views. Anyways, then you got Goldust and Stardust. Stardust, another one of my boys. Stardust for life. They're backstage cutting a promo, and he's blowing the stars, and they're looking off into wherever the hell, and Goldust puts a wig on, and it was just exactly what I just said, and that's all it was. You got Bret Hart coming back. They're in Canada tonight. It makes sense. If you've seen videos before on here, I don't care for Bret Hart in the least. Who would I cheer for if it was Bret Hart versus RVD? Probably Bret Hart. It'd be close. Ooh, it'd be close. So he's out there talking about how if he had one more match, it would be here. And, just getting the crowd going. All of a sudden, Bret Hart's music hits. And Damien Sandow comes out dressed as... I'm feeling Damien Sandow. He comes out dressed as Bret Hart. He damn well might have been. He was more entertaining Bret Hart tonight than I ever saw Bret Hart in my life. But he comes out. He's talking about how, I was fighting my idol Shawn Michaels, and I was so embarrassed that I tapped out to my own move that I framed as a screw job. I was like, true. I'm just kidding. But Damien Sandow, you feel for the guy. But at the very least, it's entertaining. Sheamus versus Sandow. Sheamus wins. Yes. Shocker of the day. You got Miz backstage after his... Love the Miz. I love the Miz. Y'all know I love the Miz. He's back. He was backstage, talking about how you can't the money maker. He read a letter from one of his millions and millions of fans. And then it was Miz versus Chris Jericho. And you know what? Chris Jericho, I am sick and tired of these part-time wrestlers coming back and taking opportunities from the people that have been there. He's just going to leave in a few months. All he's going to do is come back, beat The Miz, beat some guys on his way, put the people that should be getting put over down, just so he can go and lose to a guy like Bray Wyatt. Where have I heard... That was sarcasm, by the way. But where have I heard that argument before? I'm sick of these part-time wrestlers that come... It's crazy because I hear that all the time, but I'm not hearing it right now with Chris Jericho. It is crazy how that works out. Damn. What could it be? I don't know, but it's crazy. When Jericho comes back, I don't hear any of that. But we just had a guy in Batista and Brock and The Rock. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. But anyways, Jericho wins with the Walls of Jericho. The Wyatts come out. Bray Wyatt sitting on the rocking chair talking about, how are you going to save us? And just as he goes out there, the other Wyatts come out. Chris Jericho's not an idiot. He is not about to go challenge all three of them. So then the segment just ends. Then you got Divas Tag Action. Paige and AJ versus the Funkadactyls. Paige announces AJ. She's playing super nice, which makes you think she's going to turn on her at some point, obviously. Cameron won't tag in the match. She finally tags herself into the match when Naomi wasn't trying to. She gets pinned. Funkadactyls go buck-ass wild on each other. Beat the crap out of each other. Cameron leaves, and she's girl buying on out of here. And it was just like, finally, the Funkadactyls have broken up in Canada. Cesaro and Heyman in the ring talking about how, Paul Heyman represents Brock Lesnar, and they're going off. And Cesaro's like, yeah, you can't speak to these guys. They're French, but they're not French. The French hate them, and everyone else in Canada hates them. And then you get Kofi versus Cesaro again. Kofi wins again. Cesaro goes to attack him again. Gets a few shots in, but this time Big E makes the save. So there you go. Maybe Cesaro, Big E, anything. Cena and Seth Rollins backstage. Cena's all antsy. Oh. He's like, hey, Seth's like, man, we're adults here. We can talk about this. You know, you're the measuring stick. You're the greatest champion of all time. So when I beat you, I'm going to prove that I'm the best, and then I'll cash in on you. Would he? We'll find out in a second. I love Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas' life. Bo Dallas versus El Torito. The bull, yes. Bo Dallas wins. He celebrates all around the ring like he usually does because he is the best. Main event time, John Cena versus Seth Rollins. John Cena coming out. You know, he meant to do this, I think. But knowing John Cena, was he really? Did he try to do 15, or was he really saying, I'm going to be a 51-time world champion? At this pace, it wouldn't surprise me. Match goes on for a while. No one really had the upper hand on it, per se. Kane and Orton end up interfering. Attack Cena, or Reigns comes out to make the save, knocks both of them out. Then Seth knocks out Roman, and then he hits Cena with the briefcase, and then Seth tries to cash in, but Dean interferes. I question Dean Ambrose's motive because I get that, you know, it was an obvious chance for Seth Rollins to cash in and he stopped it, but if you really wanted to make an impact, wouldn't you wait till the bell rang and then go in there and, you know, cost him it then, but whatever. And then Cena gets up after that and gets an attitude adjustment on Orton, and then Roman Reigns a spear on Kane. Then Roman Reigns and John Cena stand in the ring, and Roman Reigns raises Cena's hand and he gets booed. Then Cena raises Roman Reigns' hand, there's cheers like crazy, and Roman Reigns like, yeah, man. Then he raises Cena's hand again, there's more boos, and Cena's kind of getting pissed off, and then it just show ends. So yeah, I really liked the opening brawl segment because stuff like that doesn't happen very often at all. Orton versus Ambrose was pretty good. Fandango on commentary is the greatest thing I've ever been a part of. Miz and Jericho was a good match. I guess for once I am kind of interested to see where they go with Paige and AJ. Cena versus Seth Rollins was good for what it was. You know, the how do you explain it? The parts, because 3-hour Raws gets to the point where not everything can be good. It's just the way it's going to be. So the segments that needed to be good, the open, the close, and the hour and the 2-hour main event, those delivered for me. I enjoyed them, so I'd say it was a good show because that's what you kind of have to go off of. If you're worried about what's happening in between everything, you're going to complain a lot, and I understand that it's not what the show is built upon. So the stuff that needed to be good was, in my eyes. So I enjoyed the show. Let me know what you thought down below. Subscribe if you haven't, because why not? So yeah, and hashtag LeBron James, quit being a dumbass and just come back to the Heat, man. Come on. We don't want any of this. Y'all already know about my feelings about the Miami Heat. LeBron, I'm telling you, if you go back to Cleveland, all respect gone. You could go anywhere else, and I would totally be fine with it. But for how the fan base in Cleveland and Dan Gilbert, the owner, treated you after you left 4 years ago, if you go back there, I don't know what you're doing. You go anywhere else, you know, we'll still be homies. I still hope the Heat whooped the ass of whatever team you would go to. We would still be homies, but don't you dare go to Cleveland. Still hoping he comes back to Miami, though, let's be honest. Because, by God, we're building an empire with Norris Cole, Shabazz Napier, Josh McRoberts, and Danny Granger. Come join that squad. Those are the 4 guys on the roster right now, and it's looking nice, let me tell you. But yeah, anyways, leave comments down below. I'll chit-chat with all y'all. You know, let me know what you thought. Like this video because we like likes. And, yeah, that's about it. So, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.